The Inspector. The word inspector suggests someone who looks closely at things, and this is his role in the events of the play. The name Goole is the same as the seaport town of Goole at the mouth of the river Humber, and perhaps suggests that the inspector is going to fish for information, to trawl through the lives and deeply hidden secrets of the other characters. The name also sounds like Goole, someone with a morbid interest in death, a spirit which is said to take fresh life from corpses, and it is certainly arguable that the inspector's existence is a result of the girl's death. Described as creating an impression of massiveness, solidity, and purposefulness, the inspector grows as the stories of each character are revealed. He remains solid and intact as each of them breaks down, and nothing the others can do or say distracts him from his purpose. He arrives just after Mr. Burling has been setting out his views of life, that every man must only look out for himself. The inspector's role is to show that this is not the case. Throughout the play he demonstrates how people are responsible for how they affect the lives of others, and his views are summed up in his visionary and dramatic final speech. It is the inspector who makes things happen. Without him none of the secrets would ever have come into the open. He seems to know what each character has done, and his probing questions leave them to confess in their own way. From the moment of his arrival he seems different. His sombre appearance and the news he brings are a contrast with the happy and elegant air of celebration. Despite the importance in the local community of people like Gerald and the Burlings, he controls the development of events, who will speak and when, who may or may not leave, who will or will not see the photograph. He even seems to control what people say. Sheila, who has commented on his mysterious character, tells Gerald, "Somehow he makes you." The inspector has Eva Smith's diary and a letter. From these he has built up a picture of her life and character. He uses this information, with constant reminders of the horrific death she has suffered, to force them to face up to what they have done. He links the series of wrongs done to the girl so that they are seen to build up to the pressure which forces her to her last desperate act. The way he uses the information he has creates an impression of someone who is both an outsider and an all-knowing creature. This makes him appear mysterious and powerful, yet Priestley can only use him as a catalyst, as someone who creates the possibility for others to face up to what they have done. They must decide for themselves whether to change or not. He is a character who represents Priestley's strong moral view. His comments show a compassion which extends to those who recognise the wrong they have done. He does not forgive what they have done, but when they freely admit their faults he allows them to see that they can find forgiveness through future good behaviour. This moral dimension makes him different from an ordinary policeman. He is more concerned with right and wrong than with what is or is not legal. His lack of fear or favour, his determined questioning and control of events may be what is expected of a policeman, but towards the end of the play it is those same qualities, identified by Mrs. Burling as rudeness, which fuel suspicions about him. His approach has been perhaps too abrasive, and he is clearly someone for whom social conventions count for nothing when weighed against the desire for truth and justice. Overall, he is mysterious, imposing, sombre, determined,